So, we go with element number 3. There must be a mutual contribution of money, property, or industry to a common fund. Okay? What are the forms of contributions? It is already indicated in your screen. It's the money, property, or industry. Or yan hindi end. So, it can be money, pwedeng property, pwedeng industry. Ano na itong isasabi nating industry? This is your labor. Okay? Kung wala kang pera, wala kang lupa, wala kang sasakyan, pwede kang magtrabaho. Yung trabaho mo, yung physical efforts mo, okay, pwedeng yun ang maging contribution mo. Okay? What is important in this element? Okay? There must be the existence of proprietary interest. Ano yun? Okay? Ano sinasabi kong existence of proprietary interest? The partners must have a proprietary interest in the business or undertaking. They must have to contribute the three forms of contribution into a common fund, which is the money, property, or industry. Okay? The very definition of partnership, diba? Nakalagay mismo doon sa definition ng doon sa Article 1767. There must be money, property, or industry to a common fund. Okay? Without the element, lagi nyo tandaan mutual dapat. Hindi lang siya contribution. There must be a mutual contribution. So, lagi nyo tandaan, without the element of mutual contribution to a common fund, there can be no partnership. Although its presence is not necessarily a conclusive evidence of the existence of partnership. So, we go first with the first form. First form of contribution. Money. Alam naman natin kung anong Tagalog ng money, pera. Okay, ito pinakagusto natin sa lahat, maliban sa peace of mind. No? So, pera. Ano nga ba tong money? The term is to be understood as referring to the currency which is the legal tender in the Philippines. Okay? It must be pointed out the checks, drafts, promissory notes payable to order, and other mercantile documents are not money but only representative of money. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay? Yung mga cheque ay hindi. Ang cheque, hindi pera. Yung drafts, hindi yan pera. Promissory note, hindi rin yan pera. Okay? And other mercantile documents, hindi po yan pera. But, okay, they are representative of money. Okay? Representatives of money. Consequently, there is no contribution of money until they have been cash. That is your Article 1249. Okay? Next, how about property? Okay? Anong Tagalog ng property? Mga pagmamay-ari. Okay? Example, there can be two forms of property. Movable property or your immovable property. Example of immovable property. The other term for immovable property is your real property. Example, immovable. Mga hindi basta-basta nagagalaw. Bahay. Lupa. Okay? Yung mga yan. Mga you can just read your law on property kasi those are enumerated. Okay? There is enumeration under the law. Paano naman ang personal property or your movable properties? Obviously, these are mga sasakyan, mga printer, laptop, photocopier, mga ballpen, folders, libro. Those are your personal properties. Okay? Lagi niyong tandaan, the property contributed may be a real or personal or corporeal or incorporeal. Okay? So, for example, a credit is utang. Okay? Ang credit, such as yung mga nasa promissory note or any evidence of obligation, kahit yung goodwill ninyo, okay, may be contributed as they are considered property. Okay? Paano ma'am yung si Mang Pedro? Si Mr. Pedro kasi, kapitbahay namin dito. Okay? Example lang to baka maghanap kayo ng Mang Pedro dito sa bahay namin. Okay? Si Mang Pedro, kapitbahay namin, meron siyang lisensya to operate a cockpit. Galing kasi siya sa flying school. Diba? Hindi siya piloto, pero nag-ano siya ng mga ibong lumilipad, no? Cockpit. Meron siyang license to construct and operate a cockpit. Is that license, okay? Can that license be contributed into contract of partnership? The answer there is yes, because it is considered a personal property. Okay? Next is your industry. Your industry, okay, in the absence of money or property, okay, or in the concurrence of these two, the law permits the contribution of industry. Okay? Now, ano pa tong sinasabing industry, ma'am? Okay? The word industry has been interpreted to mean cooperation, work, okay, which may either be personal, manual efforts, or intellectual, kung matalino ka. Diba? Kasama doon, intellectual. And for which he receives a share in the profits. This share is not considered as your salary or wage. Hindi yun salary or wage. But it is your share as a partner to the partnership. Lagi niyong tandaan yan. Okay? It's not a mere salary. So what is the proof of contribution? Paano naman yun? Paano ko maipo-prove na meron akong contribution? Okay? Lagi nyo pong tandaan, okay, that in a partnership, proof is necessary. Okay? In partnership, proof is necessary that there be a contribution of money, property, or industry to a common fund with the intention of dividing the income or profits obtained therein. Okay? The example, okay? This example is where there are three persons who decided to form a corporation, okay, which was not legally formed. Okay? And one of them did not directly act on behalf of the corporation, but reap the benefits. Okay? But reap the benefits of the contract entered into by the other two. Okay? Example. This is the case. This is an actual case. This is the case of Lim Tong Lim versus Philippine Fishing Gear Industries. Okay? So, there is the so-called corporation. Okay? On behalf of the, let's just say, the ABC Corporation. Okay? Chua and Yao, mga Chinese, okay, entered into a contract for the purpose of fishing nets and floats from XYZ Corporation, claiming that they were engaged in a business venture. Okay? And that business venture that they are claiming is a fishing business. Kanino? Okay? With Lim. Okay? Who, however, was not a signatory to the agreement. Hindi naman siya pumirma, sabi. Okay? So, nagkaroon nga ng kaso. A suit was filed by XYZ Corporation against Chua and Yao. Okay? In their capacity as general partners. Even Lim. Okay? Nakasuhan din si Lim. On the allegation that ABC Corporation was a non-existent corporation, as shown the certification from the Securities and Exchange Commission. Question, okay? Was Lim a partner of Chua and Yao? Okay? Even if he was not a signatory to the agreement, the answer there is yes. Sabi ng Supreme Court. Bakit? Kasi Because it is clear that the partnership extended not only to the purchase of the boat. Okay, you read that case. I will ask that in your assessment. Okay? Lim Tong Lim versus Philippine Fishing Gear Industries. 317 Skra 728. Year 1999. Okay, I will leave the discussion of the Supreme Court as your reading assignment. Okay. Next one. Legality of the object or the law. There must be a lawful object. Okay? When we say, when is an object illegal? Kailan ba nagiging illegal ang isang bagay, ma'am? Okay? An object becomes illegal or unlawful when it is contrary to law, morals, good customs, public order, or public policy. This is provided in your Article 1306. Okay? Remember that what the law requires you to contribute in a contract of partnership is that it must be lawful or legal. Okay? Otherwise, the partnership is void or inexistent. Okay? That is the effect of illegality. So, can you give us instances of unlawful object? Okay, these are some of the situations or unlawful object. Okay? Yung mga those who are engaged in smuggling, yung mga under a example, if you use an apartment for prostitution, that is illegal. When you fail to provide price and you are exercising or conducting or engaging in unfair competition or illegal monopoly. Okay? Those are prohibited under the law. Next one. The fifth element, okay? Sa element pa lang tayo, parang haba-haba na, no? So, yan. Sana buhay pa kayo. Kayong mag-alala. Unti na lang. Magde-date na po kayo ng mga kadate nyo mamaya. So, next one is the fifth element. This is the last element, okay? The purpose of which, or the primary purpose, is to obtain profits and to divide the same among the parties, okay? Always remember that the primary purpose are this one. That is to obtain profit and to divide the same among the parties. We have the so-called concept of sharing of profits and losses. Okay? If you exclude one partner, okay, na hindi siya magiging liable sa losses or hindi siya entitled sa profit, that exclusion is called, okay, violation of the law. Hence, it will void the partnership or the contract of partnership. Ma'am, kailangan bang pare-pareho or kailangan bang equal ang shares? The answer is there is no. Because under the law, proportionately ang term ng law. So, kung magkano na-contribute mo, okay, proportionally, ganun din ang magiging share mo. Hindi equal because equal is 20-20, 20-20, 20 or 50-50. Ganon. Ang proportion, magkakaiba yan. So, based sa contribution mo. Let's go with the concept of separate juridical personality. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, ang partnership is composed of partners. Partners are individuals. And partnership is a juridical being. Okay? So, the liability of the partnership is different from that of the partner. And the liability of the partner is different from that of the partnership. Okay? So, we go with Article 1768. Okay? The partnership has a juridical personality separate and distinct, okay? From that of each of the partners, even in case of failure to comply with the requirements of Article 1772. Okay, first paragraph. Ano ba tong Article 1772? Okay, if you read your Article 1772, this provides for yung with reference to the execution of public instrument and registration of the same with the Securities and Exchange Commission in case where in case when the partnership capital exceeds 3,000 pesos. So, pag more than 3,000 pesos ang contribution nyo, kailangan yung i-register to sa Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay? Yung partnership ninyo. Yun lang naman yun, yung Article 1770 nilagay. Ayan. Okay? So, remember, in Article 1772, every contract of partnership na meron pong capital, okay? May it be money or property, syempre. Hindi naman pwede ang industry kasi wala namang value ang industry. Okay? If the capital is more than 3,000 pesos, it will appear or it shall appear in a public instrument. Paano maging public instrument? Through your notary publics, and which must be recorded in the Office of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay? So, failure to comply with the requirements of the preceding paragraph shall not affect the liability of the partnership and the members thereof to third persons. Okay. We go now to your rules. Okay? As a juridical person, always remember that a partnership can acquire and possess property of all kinds. So, example, si Jollibee can acquire its property, can acquire ownership under its own name. Okay? Hindi under the name of the directors or the managers or the employees, but under the name of the corporation itself. Okay? It can likewise incur obligation. Pwedeng umutang, pwedeng enter siya ng mga obligasyon or contractual obligations. It can likewise sue. Pwedeng bang magkaso si Jollibee? Pwede niya bang kasuhan yung mga tauhan niya? Pwede. Okay, let's just say there's a violation. Okay? So, Jollibee can also bring a civil or criminal actions in conformity with the laws and regulations of their organization. Okay. I hope you're still okay. Okay? Saan na ba ako? Kayong mag-alala. Last topic na. Article 69 na tayo. Okay? Yan, mukhang ngumingiti-ngiti na yung iba kasi last topic na. Okay? In your Article 69, you have the so-called principle of delectus personarum. Okay? Remember this one. Ano tong principle of delectus personarum or personae? Diba? Personarum, personae, pareho lang yan. Okay? Basta alam mo yung spelling. Okay? Wait lang po. So, we have this delectus personarum principle. Okay? So, for example, A, B, and C entered into a contract of partnership. Ngayon, si A, mag-iibang bansa na siya. Okay? And he wants to sell his share to D. Okay? So, here, the delectus personae here is the selection or choice of the person. Okay? So, when or upon selling the share of A to D, okay, when there's an assignment of a partner of his share, okay, to another partner or to another person, okay, it will not immediately void or extinguish the concept or of the contract of partnership. So, that is the principle of delectus personae. The assignment of a partner of a share does not make an assignee a partner. So, ang ibig sabihin lang nito, hindi porke binenta ni A yung share niya kay D, si D hindi siya agad magiging partner. Okay? Hindi porke nakuha niya na yung share niya, let's just say there's a certificate of share, that certificate of share is just a proof that that share was sold to you. But that does not prove that you are a partner of that partnership. Wait lang po. So, yan, tapusin ko lang po itong topic na to. So, in your Article 1769, mahaba kasi yan. So, I'll just give to you the brief discussion. So, in your Article 1769, it provides for the general and the exception as to the determination of whether or not there is a partnership. Okay? The general rule is that persons who are not partners, okay? Persons who are not partners as between themselves cannot be partners as to the third persons. Okay? And the exception is provided herein also. Those considered to be partners by estoppel. Okay? In your Article 1769, it lays down the rules for determining whether or not an association is one of partnership. Okay? In general, to establish the existence of partnership, dapat lahat yung mga features and the elements, the characteristics of partnership must be present. So, always remember, ganito lang, enumeration yan. So, it's just easy to understand. So, you read the enumerations. Okay? Where the terms of contract is not clear, what will happen? Okay? In a typical contract of partnership, the partners or the parties expressly agree to unite their property and services. Okay? And of course, they will now be considered as co-proprietors to carry out a business for profits. So, such a contract creates no difficulty in regard to the determination of the existence of a partnership relations. Sometimes, however, the contract between the persons engaged in a business enterprise which is supposed to create a partnership is uncertain. Okay, for example, there is an ambiguous term or there is unclear term, may question. Okay, so what will happen? Okay, you will now apply Article 1769. Okay, so in case of doubt, in case of ambiguous term, okay, you will apply Article 1769. So always remember, persons not partners to as to each other cannot be partners to third persons. Because always remember, there must be the clear provisions in your contract. Okay? You cannot just presume. Because under the law, it already provides your Article 1769. Okay? You read your Article 1769. I will continue our discussion next meeting with regards to Article 79. But I will give you an activity with regards to Article 79 next meeting. There will be an assessment in your Article 79. So please read everything about Article 79 and the subsequent provisions. Okay?